What's going on, my loves? Knowledge Butterfly back with video number three. Yeah, number three. And I decided to do another video because I'm still out here outdoors, full enjoying this beautiful weather, giving thanks for this beautiful weather and being grateful, which is another thing that we should all make sure that we put that energy out into the universe, and also to your subconscious, because you do not ever want to put out that you're not happy with something, because that causes for the law of attraction to take a hold. So that's what I'm going to talk about, a little bit about the law of attraction. But before I get into that, I want to send you guys peace, blessings, love, and abundance. So, getting into the law of attraction and how your subconscious mind plays a part in that, as we all continue to grow in our spiritual journeys to the enlightenment of our true self, it's very important that we have an understanding of how our subconscious mind works. And in my two previous videos, I talked about the subconscious, and I want to continue to talk about the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind is what the universe, my higher self, keeps telling me that I also need to focus on, continue to focus on. And I want to always express to you some things that I'm working on with myself. I want to express that to you as well, so that you can also be, aware of that as well, cognizant of that as well in your journey. So, the subconscious mind, as I said before, and I'm pretty sure you already know and you've heard other people talk about, the subconscious mind is actually your, they may not have put it in this way, but it is basically your true self. It has all of your, all of knowledge and things that you've gained in any of the lives. Is the mind that you actually take with you when you transition from one body form to another. So when you leave the body that you're in, the subconscious mind will follow. It will go with you, unlike the conscious mind, which is stuff that you've learned from using your earth brain, your humanistic brain, or your animal brain. It's not a part of your spiritual DNA, so it won't go with you. So it's important that you foster your subconscious mind, and that the things that have been placed in your subconscious mind that are not beneficial for your spiritual or your soul growth, you let it go. Okay? And so how that plays into the law of attraction: whatever your subconscious mind, whatever you have, your subconscious mind has been programmed to think or to believe, it will send out that particular energy out into the universe, in order so you can be matched up with the energy that you are aligned with. And so if your subconscious mind thinks that you are lacking something, or that you're too fat, or that you're too skinny, or that you're ugly, or that you're not cute, whatever you think about yourself, or that you have to work hard for everything, what'll happen is your subconscious mind will say, oh, okay, that's what she wants, or that's what he wants, then let me match him up with that, and you'll get that thing back. It's a magnetic attraction. It's the law of attraction. So, which is also cause and effect, is what that really is, the law of cause and effect in the principles of Jehudi. So we have an understanding of, really, the subconscious mind is only giving us what we're saying that we want, which is the energy that we're putting out. And because our subconscious mind has been conditioned from our experience, because that's what conditions your subconscious mind, your experience. And the point of going through a conscious awakening is to begin to see things, see past the illusion, and see that you are not, because the illusion is being stuck in the physical and thinking that everything is a physical reality, thinking that your body, thinking that your body is the end all that be all. That's why people who are in religion or any type of dogmatic practice, they a lot of times will fear death, because they think that this body is who they are, and they don't know where they're going to go when they transition. They see it as a real death, even though the true death is actually when we are born into these bodies, which a lot of people call prisons. And technically it is a prison for our soul. However, even though it is a prison, we can utilize it as a prism while we're here, which means that we let our light shine through it. And in order to get to that point in our journey, we have to work on cleaning out our subconscious mind, cleaning out the clutter that has clogged it for so long and that has caused for us to repeat the same thing over and over again. It's like you listening to the radio and they're playing one song, they're playing a Drake song, and you're like, okay, I don't want to hear the song. I'm sick of hearing the song. Let me turn it and go to another station. It's playing the same song. Then you turn it, go to another same song. So think about your subconscious mind that way. So you're saying you don't want something. You don't want it. You hate this. You hate that. Well, even though you think you're turning it, meaning that you are trying a different person. So you broke up with one person and you get with another person, but it's the same fucking person. It's the same song. And it's the same energy, and that's because you're putting out that same energy, because that same energy is still in your subconscious mind. Everything is energy. All is energy. All is mind. The universe is mental. You are the universe. So until we get to a point where we clean out all of those things that we really don't want, therefore we're not telling our subconscious mind that we do want it, because that's the energy that we're focusing on. Basically, we're raising our vibrations to a vibration that is more appealing to the things that we want to manifest in this existence while we're here. And until we do that, we keep getting the same thing. So that's why it's very, very vital, very important to work on your vibration by cleaning out your subconscious mind. That's why everybody always says meditation. Of course, that is always, key. That's why the other things that I mentioned in my second video are key. But, really focusing on your subconscious mind. I just have to do 3 videos to reiterate that. Is very, very, very vital during this time, because we're getting to a time where we're going to see some miraculous things happening. The reason why I say that is because Jupiter will be moving into the house of Sagittarius, into my zodiac sign, which is my sun sign. It'll be moving into Sagittarius on November the 8th. And Jupiter is known as being a planet of expansion and a planet of wealth. So all of the things that we've been working towards in 2018 and 2017, it's finally going to come to a header, because Jupiter has been in Scorpio, and Scorpio is the sign of the underworld, which is the sign of your subconscious mind. It represents all of the things that are hidden, and I've talked about this in the previous videos, and I just talked about this in, I think, the video before this. But Jupiter being in Scorpio means that whatever sign the planet is currently located in, it is going to take on the energy of that particular placement. So even though Jupiter is a fire planet, because it is influenced by the fire element. Oh, I'm actually sweating some. Goodness, but it looks good though. Anywho's, but so it's a fire planet, and so it would normally have the fiery elements. It takes on the scorpion element, which is water. Okay, and so that means that we had to do a deep dive. And the thing about Jupiter, it stays in, now I'm getting into astrology, but it stays in a zodiac sign for 1 year, for about 1 year. So we've had about a year. That's why I said 2017 to now. We've had a year of doing a deep dive into our subconscious mind, and also into getting into our heart, because our mind and our heart speak to one another. We know that our heart speaks to our mind, our emotions. It's our emotions speaking to our mind, because the subconscious mind is not emotional. Okay, it doesn't sit there and say this is bad, this is good. It doesn't weigh things on a fucking scale. It goes only by the energy that is influencing it. So if your heart, that's why your heart and your mind are so fucking important. If your heart emotions are in a place of sad and worry and panic and things like that, it is going to feed that to your subconscious mind as well. So it's not just your conscious mind that plays a part in it, because your conscious mind, you can get around that. But you have to work this whole year. This time was really to work on our heart and our subconscious mind and getting those together. And what was I saying about that? It had came back to me, so I can get back to the point of it. Hold on, guys. Yes, Jupiter. So like I said, Jupiter had been in Scorpio for a year, so that's why we were supposed to do a deep dive in the water in the waters of our subconscious mind and of our heart, and cleaning those things out, purging, letting go of old resentment and things that you've been holding on to, anger and all of those things, in order for you to get your subconscious mind and your heart working together in a way that's beneficial for you. And so since Jupiter was in Scorpio, it expanded. It was an expansion on that shit. And Jupiter is also a planet of knowledge. So, or it symbolizes knowledge. So that's why a lot of people were doing deep dives actually into learning new things. Like, I can't tell you how many books I've read over the past year, shit, just over the past 3 months alone, and how much new knowledge I've gained just from, doing internal work and also being guided to other light beings who are speaking, knowledge and wisdom and sharing their knowledge and wisdom, with us. So that's basically what's been going on. We've been learning a lot of different things because a lot of hidden knowledge was coming out in Scorpio, and also a lot of hidden things, those acorns, a lot of hidden things within ourselves was coming out. So we've been dealing with a lot. It's been cleaning out the closet this whole time. And so since Jupiter is now on November the 8th, it's about to actually go into Sagittarius. So that's why we probably have like one more week. Yeah, we have about one more week of dealing with the whole Jupiter and Scorpio energy or influence. Once Jupiter goes into Sagittarius, it is going to be home. It's going to be in its home sign. So they are harmonious and work together. And I don't like to look at anything as bad. However, it was more of a challenge, or we experienced more of a difficult time in our lives when it came to our emotions, because again, Scorpio is an emotional sign. It's a water sign. So we had Jupiter, a planet of expansion, in a water sign. Now it's going into a sign of Sagittarius, which is more optimistic. So we're about to get into the optimistic side, and also it's about wealth and expansion. So expanding on your knowledge, expanding on your wealth, and also, just expanding your mind as a whole and expanding every aspect of your life. And of course, I'll talk about your natal chart and looking at your natal chart so you can see where Jupiter lies and where Sagittarius lies in your natal chart, to see what other influences it may have, because that's really just a general influence, because Jupiter governs Sagittarius. I don't like the word rule. It governs Sagittarius. But yeah, so that's really what I wanted to get into, because there will be some changes that are going to come about. And also Venus has been retrograde in Scorpio as well. So we had Venus in Scorpio, and I think it was a total of like 5 planets that were in Scorpio at the same fucking time. And the moon was also in Scorpio at one point, but the moon only stays in a sign for about 2.5 days. However, you still do feel the effects of that. And the moon being in Scorpio, with the moon being water and Scorpio being water, that does influence things as well. So you have to look at the broader picture. You have to look at the details in order to see the broader picture, which is normally not a trait of Sagittarius. But I'm working on growing out of being governed by any particular sign, because I know that all 12 signs of the zodiac actually just make up this physical body. It's to make up our physical existence on this plane. It's what puts us in a box, because we classify ourselves or define ourselves so much by these signs that then we make them our gods. And then that's taken on another dogma of astrology, and it's really just a tool in order to aid us in better balancing ourselves during this journey, keeping ourselves in like in the tree of Kabbalah, keeping ourselves in the center, going from Malkuth to Keter, not too far to the left, not too far to the right. You know what I'm saying? So not being too feminine, not being too masculine, not being too dogmatic. So not saying, being on that whole I'm a Christian kick, or I'm a Muslim kick, or, I'm whatever it is, or since you're no longer in religion, saying that, I'm conscious, because now people are making conscious a fucking religion like it's dogmatic, when being conscious is really just a path to your own self journey, to your own enlightenment. It's not something for you to rally the troops and you got to have a gang of people. That turns into a dogmatic, that turns into a church vibe. And and if you are taking it to that point, is not to knock you. That's basically for you to like know that you need to still, is some wiring going on in your subconscious that is still programmed to create the religious group type of mentality, where you have to basically have something ruling you, when you are the ruler of yourself. That's really what this, that's really another part of this, is learning that only you can control yourself. No one else can, unless you are still stuck in, you know, you haven't started your spiritual walk as far as woken up in any shape, form, or fashion. You're still doing everything the same way, and you haven't even tried to have an open mind about anything else, then yeah, you are still stuck in it. And you know, it's a possibility you're gonna have to repeat this shit, you know, and it is what it is, because Earth is a school. That's how I look at it. Yeah, it can be looked at as a prison. School is fucking prison to me. I was not the biggest fan of it, but it is to each his own. So I know it feels like I'm rambling. I just want to make sure I get everything out because I did a third video. Um, but yeah, I just want to let you guys know that, you know, there is gonna be some reprieve coming up. All the things that we've been working on, and I know I said this in the August video because it was going into Leo. I think it was 8/8, the Lion's Gate. Yeah, it was the new moon in Leo. So I was talking about the beauty in that, but which we did get some reprieve and saw some beauty and things like that. However, any planet that's in Scorpio, any planet that's in any water sign, is going to cause for us to do some inner reflection, you know, and deal with emotions mainly. And what rules the heart and emotions are tied together. Basically, they govern one another. They tie together and work together. And I just want you to remember that. So your heart, and then and your emotions, and then your subconscious and the thought process, what you've been programmed to think, work together. So those two houses, those two planetary bodies, your heart and your subconscious mind, have to be in sync in order for you to change the things you see on the outside. And just because the things that you see on the outside have not just magically changed, just like from the snap of your finger, do not think that is not happening in the spiritual. That's why we have to get past the two eyes. And that's where the universe keeps reminding me, think about this, Elisa. Think about this, Elisa. The two eyes are deceptive. Remember, they are part of the illusion. This body is part of the illusion. All of this is the illusion, you know, that tells us that we are physical, or makes us think that we are physical. We're not physical beings, my loves. We are not physical beings, my loves. We are spiritual light beings, and we are here to find our true self, to remember who we are, so we're able to ascend. That's really it. And then everything else we do here, as far as our light shining so bright that it helps others, or you know, obtaining wealth. And also, I think another part of this walk was so that we can get to the realization that you don't have to be a pauper or live in poverty, or in order to be spiritual, like to be your true self. Being your true self, you actually obtain everything, because you know that you are everything. So because you know that you are everything, everything attracts to you like a magnet. So anywho's, I'm going to end the video on that note. I really appreciate it. I'm not even going to, I thought about it too. Not thought about it, I felt it. I'm not going to say, if you like this video, feel my vibes, like, subscribe, follow me on my Instagram and shit like that. I put all of that in the bio, and I've said it enough. So at this point, you know, I'm just going to, as always, you know, send you guys out love into the ether, and, you know, just remind you that we're here to grow up and to glow up. And grow up, I don't mean you still supposed to have your childlike self. Like, I'm about to probably run out here a little bit before I go cook something. Just run around in the grass and have a little fun. You're supposed to do that. Do that shit. Do that shit. Don't get caught up in that I'm an adult bullshit and I gotta act like an adult. Nah, nigga. You do have to take care of things at sometimes, yeah, that happens. That's a part of this earthly existence. But actually having fun, like running around laughing and shit, you need to do that. You need to do that. You need to, you know, like, just go all out as a child. Go do some damn cartwheels and shit. Go jump rope or whatever. Go out there and play some basketball with your boys. Go do something to get your inner child juices flowing and have some fun and have some bliss, so you can send out that blissful emotion, you know, and make some good changes in your life. All right, my love. So on that note, I'm gonna end it. Peace, my loves. I love you.